Hi, I'm attorney Casey Walker. Hot off the press, the VA has released its COLA increase for 2026, which will be effective in December of 2025. December 1st of 2025, the COLA increase is 2.8%. So we do this video every year because it's usually information that veterans want. And we always try to provide a little insight as to how the VA comes to this conclusion. Well, it's actually a convoluted process. The Bureau of Labor and Statistics, that's BLS, takes information, the Consumer Price Index, and they data crunch. And they conclude what they believe is the cost of living increase for society. And then the Social Security Administration adopts that, and they come up with an official COLA increase. Well, then the Department of Veteran Affairs rubber stamps the SSA or Social Security Administration's conclusion, and they too adopt it and they promulgate the official increase. That is usually done in mid-October of every year. And then in November, the VA typically will release the new official payment tables. So that's where you can see if you have 70% and you have a dependent, or you have multiple dependents or dependent parents, or whatever the payment table is. They have payment tables for pension, disability compensation. They have payment tables for DIC or dependency indemnity compensation. They have payment tables for educational benefits, any type of benefit. This COLA is applied to all of them. And those tables will be released usually in November. And then December 1st of that year, which will be 2025, is the effective date of this new rate. So keep in mind that the payment pays at the end of the month. So if it's effective December 1st, you'll realize that benefit at the end of the month because they pay at the end of the month. So this new rate should be in your bank account if it applies to you around New Year's of 2026, okay? Something else I kind of want to chat about is this adequate? Over the past 5 years, we've seen a total of 21.6% in increases of cost of living adjustments. That seems extreme, extremely low, that is. I don't know about you, but a burger or a pizza has gone up more than 21.6%. Housing seems to have gone up more than 21.6%. My taxes seem to have gone up more than 21.6%. Insurances certainly have gone up more than 21.6%. What hasn't gone up more than 21.6%? Really what I'm getting at here is the time for the VA to consider a different data point, or for Congress to consider a different data point than what BLS and CPI are providing at this point in time, because it's not reflective of what I would say is reality. Everyone's realizing something different than what they're concluding. And it's detrimental. So the COLA increases are not actually keeping up with what we're seeing, boots on ground inflation. Let me know your thoughts on that. Maybe provide some comments or feedback. So with this information, what do you need to do? Nothing. Pop open a spritzer and sit back. You don't have any control. This is a congressional thing. This is a executive department function. You really have no wiggle room here. However, I mean, contact your congressman, so to speak. See where that gets you. But if you feel that you're not receiving the proper compensation for your disabilities or conditions that were incurred because of your military service, if you're not at 100% yet, you need to strongly consider filing for additional compensations. Maybe that's an increase. Maybe that's new claims. I'm not telling you that whether you personally need to do this or not. Every veteran situation is different. However, what we often find is that there's a host of conditions that veterans have not filed for that they probably should file for because conditions are attributable to their military service that they're still struggling with today. To bring this full circle, you can't control the CPI, you can't control BLS, and you can't control the COLA rate. But what you can control are your claims to the Department of Veteran Affairs and the Veterans Benefits Administration for increases and for newly claimed conditions. Maybe that's a silver lining. I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, like and subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.